Cats have an unjustified reputation for holding a grudge. Perhaps it seems like you get the cold shoulder whenever you've been away, or when you accidentally step on their tail. But are they capable of retaliating out of spite? They aren't. Cats do have a short and long-term memory and are capable of remembering a variety of events, people, and experiences that are important to them. They are less likely to remember minor issues to be fearful about if they are short-lived, lack intensity, and do not repeat themselves. But if a cat repeatedly experiences some kind of abuse or a negative experience, they will remember and create associations of such experiences with a certain person, event, or location, and they will most likely try to avoid them. In short, cats are not vengeful or vindictive the way humans can be, but they are capable of remembering mistreatment. Are cats vindictive? We humans love to anthropomorphize animals. There are plenty of videos out there that showcase cats at their best and worst behaviors, including seemingly doing things out of spite. Cats do tend to let us know in no uncertain terms when they aren't happy about something. Much of their behavior is determined by their temperament, previous experiences, the effect of stress and illness, and their relationships with their owners. However, if your cat urinates on your shoes or your bed, don't assume that this is some kind of vindictive lashing out because you were late giving them their breakfast. In fact, it is most likely a health or behavioral issue that's unrelated to anything remotely spiteful. That said, if a cat is exposed to repeated abuse, this is something that they will remember and have a response to, usually by avoidance. Cats will gravitate towards someone who cares for them and feeds them over someone who mistreated them particularly repeatedly. This kind of self-preservation helps keep them safe in the long run. A cat's short-term memory. Short-term memory, known as working memory, is what one might remember for only a short period, typically for 30 seconds or less. For example, we use short-term memory for remembering the name of someone we have just met. A 2007 study found that cats can utilize their short-term memory for up to 10 minutes when faced with remembering the size and location of an obstacle. Basically, your cat will remember something like being startled when you dropped your phone, but only for a short period. As long as the cat isn't traumatized by something, they will only remember the event for a few minutes and forget about it quickly afterward. A cat's long-term memory. Seeking vengeance is dependent on long-term memory. Your long-term memories are based on the information that you keep beyond the short term. This can be as simple as what you ate for lunch yesterday or as complex as your childhood memories. As for cats, how long they remember something depends on how strong the emotional connection is to the memory. It's what enables cats to find their way home and avoid something dangerous, such as a dog or a specific person. Survival instincts involve how well a cat can access their short and long-term memories. If a cat encounters an aggressive dog on one street, they know not to go down that street again. A cat will not hold a grudge based on a memory, though. They will only react as a way to keep themselves safe. When your cat is fearful or anxious. Some cats are naturally nervous and more easily stressed, and it doesn't take too much to upset or anger them. This is why it's essential to understand what will bother your own pet. Learning your cat's body language can help you become a more understanding cat parent. Visual signs that your cat is stressed, anxious, or fearful include your cat giving you the look, dilated pupils, keeping their distance, refusing food and treats, hiding in a closet or under a bed, having a low tail that is thrashing or twitching, exhibiting petting aggression, swatting and biting if you pet them too many times, growling and hissing, having flattened ears, an arched back, and a puffed tail. Cats have also been known to purr when angry or scared, which is thought to be a form of self-soothing. If your cat is showing any of these signs, it's best to leave them alone and try and identify the cause of their stress so it can be eliminated. What makes cats stressed or scared? You usually know when your cat is scared or anxious if their behavior changes moments after an event. However, if your cat seems upset or fearful around a certain family member or is stressed out in general, you'll need to understand why so you can learn from it and reduce the cause of their stress. Obviously, some things are out of your control, such as moving to a new house or introducing a baby or new pet to the household. Most cats don't love change, so if anything out of the ordinary has occurred in the home, it can potentially trigger some anxiety in a cat. Other reasons that your cat might be stressed, anxious, or frustrated include feeling pain due to an injury, a wound, ongoing musculoskeletal issue, or something else. Being picked up when they don't want to be held, particularly if painful. Being touched in certain areas, belly, paws, tail, etc. Being petted for too long. The household being too loud or louder than usual. Their kitty litter not being cleaned often enough. Being bothered while sleeping, particularly by other pets or children. Being bothered while sleeping, particularly by other pets or children. Lack of mental stimulation. Not being played with. Not enough attention being paid to them, loneliness or boredom. Getting hurt, even accidentally, tail being stepped on. Their routine being changed too often, particularly dinner times. It's important to note cats usually show very subtle signs of being stressed, which may exacerbate if left unaddressed. They may lead to changes in their behavior, appetite, level of affection, toileting habits, and more. Cats that suffer from anxiety will have more issues with changes in the routine and household. This requires a great deal of patience on your part and the ability to predict potentially stressful events, then taking action to minimize and prevent issues. The 12 vet-approved tips to help cats with stress. 1. Give them their own space. Cats like owning their own territory. They map out their environment and home to find the most comfortable places and make them their own. You might notice your cat prefers one room in the house or a specific corner and rubs their face on all the furniture inside. This is their way of saying, "This is my place," as they rub their scent to mark out their territory. If your cat is stressed, consider giving them a room in the home to call their own or a special corner full of their favorite toys and a comfortable hideout to relax. If the space is big enough, placing their food, water, and litter bowls inside is best, so they can fully withdraw. Ensure the space is dark and quiet, and allow your cat to sit inside undisturbed. This gives your cat a safe space to retreat and socialize on their terms, reducing all kinds of stress. 2. Use pheromones in the home. When your cat rubs their face or sides on you, your furniture, or other home pets, they're marking their territory with pheromones. This isn't as aggressive as it sounds, as cats will establish any items within their territory that they love and are important to them, such as their owners. These pheromones make up a scent profile within a cat's territory that helps them feel safe and secure. Pheromone diffusers such as Fellaway and other sprays and roll-ons contain a synthetic version of these pheromones called cat facial pheromones F3 or happy cat pheromones. When the diffuser is plugged in or used around a room, it can replicate the calming, soothing scent profile of a cat that's happy and calm and in safe surroundings. This can help your cat de-stress and feel more secure. The multi-cat version of the synthetic pheromones can also help with inter-cat conflict, since they mimic the pheromones released by a nursing queen called cat-appeasing pheromones, and these promote harmony. 3. Set up enough resources. If you have more than one cat living in your home, you might have noticed some odd behavior from them. One cat might sit in door frames or on staircases, blocking the way for other cats, for example. This behavior is known as resource blocking or guarding and is common in multi-cat households. The cat on the receiving end of this behavior can be under immense stress, as they won't be able to get to the food, water bowls, or litter boxes. If multiple cats share a litter box, the behavior can be taken a step further. Cats can sit outside the box and swipe at other cats that try to use it. Even if the other cat manages to get into the litter box, the overwhelming scent of the dominant cat can cause lots of stress and make them miserable. The way to resolve this is to ensure that enough resources are available and distributed in different places for each cat. The general rule is one litter box per feline, plus one. This can also be applied to other resources, so for 2 cats, there should be 3 of each resource, litter boxes, bowls, etc. Reducing this type of conflict is the key to reducing stress in all the cats involved. 4. Reduce conflict. Following on from the previous point, reducing inter-cat conflict is key to reducing stress in your cats. If you introduce a new cat into your home, any resident felines might react negatively, potentially causing high stress levels. Using pheromone diffusers and providing enough resources are 2 critical factors in reducing cat conflict, but the compatibility of the cats is also a big factor. Both personality clashes and lack of socialization when younger can cause cats to become aggressive in their communications, leading to conflict and large amounts of stress. You should never force cats to interact with each other, and giving each their own separate space can go a long way in reducing conflict and stress. You should try a socialization plan based on positive reinforcement, as certain introductions might take a while. However, if your cats are incredibly stressed and these methods don't work, it may be time to consider rehoming the new cat to avoid all the negative consequences that chronic stress will have on their health and quality of life. 5. Give them hiding spaces. Cats like to feel enclosed and safe while having an exit, which is why many of them like to sit in cardboard boxes. Cats that live outside or in feral colonies will rest in enclosed spaces they feel safe in, since potential threats can't get them from behind, on the sides, or above. This is why providing covered beds, cardboard boxes in quiet areas, or cat trees with enclosed boxes can help cats de-stress. These items enable cats to retreat to a place they feel safe and secure, so they can remove themselves from stressful situations. Giving them a favorite toy and a spray of happy cat pheromone before letting your cat enter can help them feel at home. 6. Use vertical space. Cats also like to be up high. Many cat owners can attest to this, as kittens are hilariously known for climbing pants' legs or curtains. But adult cats need the opportunity to rest in high places, too, for a different reason. Cats will instinctively seek out higher altitude since it provides great vantage points over their territory, and they do this for both predatory and defensive reasons. Cats can find prey easier when looking down over their stomping grounds, but it's also unlikely they can be crept up on by potential threats. High vantage points help them scratch this instinctual itch and help them feel more secure. Providing a tall cat tree or shelving at different levels around the home can help your cat feel calmer with their feet off the ground. 7. Give them a chance to enact natural behavior. Scratching, hunting, and climbing are all innate behaviors for a cat. If they can't express these satisfactorily, they can become stressed. A cat that doesn't have areas to scratch will scratch on other alternatives, such as furniture. If they are shouted at or directed away from scratching each time they try, they're unable to carry out behavior deemed essential, which can cause large amounts of stress. Providing areas where they can scratch, jump, run, climb, and play can reduce stress for your cat and you, as they can perform all the behaviors they need to, and you can control where it's done. 8. Give them attention if they want it. Some cats are more affectionate than others. There are cats that are happy being around their family without one-on-one interactions, and some cats wake their owners with kisses each morning. Respecting your cat's needs and giving them space or affection on their terms is very important for managing stress. Forcing a feline to interact when they don't want to can result in anxiety. Each cat will have different social needs, so meeting them on your cat's level is essential to keep them happy and reduce their stress levels. 9. Consider a catio. If your cat seems dissatisfied with indoor life and pines for the great outdoors, a catio might be the way to go. Catios are outdoor structures that keep them safe and secure while enabling them to enjoy the outdoors. They provide excellent enrichment opportunities and give your cat lots of novel experiences, and most allow for physical exercise and climbing. These factors are instrumental in reducing feline stress, and a catio might be your best bet if your cat is stressed indoors. 10. Establish a routine. Most cats are creatures of routine and comfort. Predictability is a great tool in reducing feline stress, since cats that know what to expect can feel more in control of their surroundings and what goes on. A cat will develop their own routine around the household, which helps them feel secure and confident. Disruptions in routine can cause significant stress. Even something as small as moving a food bowl can disrupt a cat's day and stress them out. Keeping a regular schedule can help a cat's stress management, as they need to know what to expect and when. 11. Keep on top of their health. Flea, tick, and worm treatments are vital in ensuring your cat lives a stress-free life, as there's nothing more irritating than being bitten to pieces. Flea bites can be particularly stressful for cats, as many are allergic to their saliva. Flea allergy dermatitis can lead to extremely itchy and painful scabs on the skin, hair loss, and general malaise. Monthly preventative treatments can eliminate this source of stress for our cats while helping them stay healthy and flea-free. 12. Reduce other stresses in the home. A calm home is a happy home, and the same is true for cats. If other stressors in the home make their family stressed, your cat will pick up on that too. Calming down the environment is key to reducing your cat's overall stress, So if there's conflict within the home, arguing, shouting, loud noises, etc., trying to minimize this will positively affect your cat's stress levels. Helping anxious cats in the long term. If you have an anxious and stressed cat, there are steps that you can take to make them more confident in their environment. Spend quality time playing with your cat. Several 15-minute play sessions a day are important. Artificial pheromones like fell-away can help stressed cats. Avoid using strong scents in the home. Try to prevent loud noises. Cat enrichment is paramount. Cat trees, toys, and scratching posts can help. Encourage mental stimulation and physical exercise through interactive games and food puzzles. Stick to a familiar and predictable routine, especially around meals. Ensure they have their own resources, such as beds, bowls, toys, and litter boxes, that they do not need to share with other cats in the home. Keep their resting area quiet and free of other pets and children. If your cat still seems anxious, you should speak to your vet. Some medications can help an anxious cat, but you can also try consulting with an animal behaviorist. Cats are definitely capable of remembering bad things, but they don't exactly hold a grudge. Undesired behavior is usually an indication that something else is going on, whether that be a health problem, anxiety, stress, or fear. So, if you accidentally step on your cat's paw, they aren't going to pee on your shoes. If your cat's behavior has changed or they are doing something that annoys you, they are not being vindictive, and this is more likely a sign of an underlying medical issue or stress that requires veterinary attention. That said, if you step on their tail and they swat you in return, that's a direct response to you. But they will let it go too soon and definitively not be thinking about how to get back to you tomorrow. Speak to your vet if you're ever concerned about your cat, and remember to treat your cat with love, and it will be reciprocated.